What is your name? Lavanya. If I will say, I'm making you understand critical thinking. Okay, and you got the example. If I will say that what are the various positives of Lavanya man, there might be the positives, there will be the positives. Again, if I will say that what are the area where Lavanya man can improve herself, this is also equally true. By inculcating these two things, you are making your own conclusion. That is the true essence of critical thinking. I think you might not be understanding what I am saying. See, India is country. India is our country. If I will say to speak in favor of India, you will have many points. If I will say to speak against the India, again you will have many points if you are not from the BJP. Because you might have seen the statement in Kolkata. He will say BJP was not there, Mamata Didi was there. But what's about the unemployment? What's about the poverty? What's about the income inequality? What's about the worse health infrastructure? What's about the education sector? And I'm talking in rural India. Go in the village of MP, Chhattisgarh, Bihar, UP. Don't equate India with Hyderabad or Gurgaon or Delhi or Mumbai, because there is a great difference between India and Bharat. So, if I will say something positive about India, you will have few points, no doubt about it. But if I will say what are the challenges from which our country is grappling with, it might be unemployment, it might be income inequality, it might be gender equality, it might be gender justice. So these are the only negatives also. I will say these are the challenges. So you are pointing out the positives, you are pointing out the negatives, and then you are giving your own suggestions. That if we will be working on the gender equality, if unemployment level will be reduced, if we can improve our overall health infrastructure, then our country will be considered as a good country. So this is all about the critical thinking. Critical thinking means you are not criticizing anything. Somebody will equate like this also. Critical thinking is criticizing anything. Nothing like that. After this class, Mr. Ma'am is going to ask you separately, how did you feel? Please tell me. The moment when I will be going to finish. So you know that. So you ask them. So you say, wow sir, you have delivered very wonderful speech. Students are very happy. But really, it must just be carried out on Tuesday, when you will be coming up with a master. Then somebody will say that something positive about me. Somebody might have some negatives about me also. Then ma'am, next time when ma'am will call me, then she will make a common conclusion that this is the good characteristics and these are the areas where improvement is needed. So she will be explaining that sir, this time please I will practice. So this is the classical example of critical thinking. Now did you understand? Did you understand what we mean by critical thinking? And I don't think that anybody will forget. Last but not the least, remember this word, we will never ever forget this critical thinking. Nothing in this entire world nothing is there in this entire world which can be considered as a completely black or completely white. Don't listen my lines or don't read my lines. Try to read between my lines. When I am saying nothing is there in this entire world which is completely black or completely white, everything has a gray shades. यदि मैं बात करूँ तो इस दुनिया में ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है जो बिल्कुल सही है और बिल्कुल खराब है, हर चीज में दोनों चीजें पाई जाती हैं. This is what the philosophy is also this. How many pictures? for the class 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so you might be familiar about the Buddhism and Jainism. It is there in ancient history. What is the philosophy of Buddhism? Medium path. Don't go on the extreme. Medium path is the philosophy of Buddhism. Even though Jainism is something different, they are getting about the extreme path. But Buddhism is, in Hindi it is called na kahu se dosti, na kahu se bair. Don't get too close with anyone. So competency based learning is utilizing your critical thinking. You have to make your students, you should explain in such a way that they can inculcate it for the longer period of time without cramming the text. Then how it is possible? There are certain points which I am telling you, and it will be helpful for you also. First one is the LOCI technique, L-O-C-I. LOCI technique. Have you heard the name of this paper? Have you heard? No. LOCI technique. This method was 2000 years old. 2000 years. And Greek and Roman used this technique. And with the help of this technique, they give the speech of 30 pages without referring to the pages, without referring to the book. And nowadays it is PPT and digital more and this and that. 2000 years ago, nothing was given. So 30 pages, 40 pages speech they used to give by utilizing this technique. You got to understand what I am trying to convey you. There are some material which can be included in 30 pages, and without referring that pages, they are just going and speaking confidently. What we are doing, PPT is there, we are reading each and everything, and we are explaining. But LOCI technique was not like that. And this was 2000 year old technique. Greek and Roman used this technique. What they did? What is your educated guess? Suppose that, I am telling you, suppose that you want to remember 2 pages. Let it be 2 pages, right? You want to remember 2 pages. So, in 2 pages, there might be the 20 keywords only. Maximum? Yes. Not more than that. And now imagine the room where you are living. The room where you are sleeping, you are eating, you are doing each and everything. There might be the 20 things in your room. Isn't it? Okay? There might be 20 things. Now give that name to all those 20 things. And within half an hour, you will be able to remember each and everything. This is the magic which Greek and Roman used. And being a teacher, you all are teacher, I have been also teacher from the past 12 years. I mean, if you are not referring any text or any pages, you will be explaining very confidently, right or wrong? If we are not referring any pages or any book, then whatever we will be delivering, we will deliver it with great confidence. Right or wrong? So that is why I am telling you. Yesterday I had a session to one student, and today also I brought the pen drive. So I told the principal ma'am in that school, yesterday, ma'am, let me speak for 1 hour and then I will start the slide. I started my session at 9 a.m. and completed at 4:30 p.m. and this was there in the table. I do not feel very comfortable in looking this slide. If you will understand the exact meaning of holistic, then you will be able to connect this overall words. Holistic development approach is the salient feature of National Education Policy 2020, and how you will be inculcating in your classroom. This will be explained by you. So, what do you mean by holistic? Anyone can try? Yes, please, ma'am. See, I think you have not listened my statement. I am asking you the literal meaning of holistic. Again, you are connecting it with the NEP. I will connect it with NEP, but now if I will ask that what is the meaning of holistic, being an English teacher or being a normal human being, what do you understand by holistic? What is the meaning of holistic? This is what my question is. I am not asking in context of National Education Policy 2020. I am just asking what is the literal meaning of holistic.
All-round development of.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. Considering something as a whole rather than focusing on the individual part. You are getting my point? Considering something as a whole rather than simply making concentration on the individual part. Now, whatever you were saying, ma'am, now tell me, if I will say that the main salient feature of National Education Policy is not to develop children or kids or students academically, but also to develop socially, psychologically, mentally, physically. What is the meaning of this? And why NEP is suggesting like this? Apart from academics, what do you mean by social development? Or what do you mean by psychological development? What do you mean by mental development? This is what I want to know. And how will you, what will be your modus operandi to go like this in your classroom? So, like suppose that you are teaching any kids, academically he is very good, but unfortunately he is not up to the mark when it comes to the social angle, when it comes to the mental angle, when it comes to the psychological angle. Then what would be your modus operandi to reform the students? You are getting my point or not?
First of all, we should know these students like case study, what is this background and family. If anything that we feel that any social need is feeling somewhat any problem.
Ma'am, you are not actually understanding what I am asking. I am saying that social development is the need of the hour. This is I am accepting. Mental development is also very much essential. But what do you mean by social development? What do you mean by mental development? This is my question.
He should be able to, or she should be able to connect with her friends, should be able to express his feelings.
So if somebody is getting very good marks, I think he will be able to connect with the teacher or with friends. Right or wrong? You also might have completed your schooling, and if you were scoring very good marks, then you might have a caliber to your teacher also.
They need more attention from teacher.
Okay.
Interaction between the teacher and the particular children who is not able to, he is okay with academics, but he is not well with the communication and everything. We need more attention.
So you were saying improving the communication skills
By interaction.
will be the part of social skills.
Of course.
Okay.
Communication skills is much important.
To interact everyone and living with the friends.
Yes.
Okay.
That
Interacting with everyone.
Yes.
Okay. So this will come under the social skill.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you are sure about it? 100%.
Moral values.
This is moral values and ethical values and discipline must be inculcated or embedded inside the students whenever he or she will be communicating with either friends or principal or teachers or anybody else. Right? And why it is essential, I am telling you one story. It will give you the very right perspective that why only academic development is not called the overall development. Here, this
What's the meditation?
University. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. I am very much grateful to all of you because you are managing your Sundays, so I can understand the pain of. Thank you so much. Definitely, you will feel the same. MBA. Okay. MBA from which university? Usmania. HR or marketing?
Finance.
Okay.
Finance. Finance is the major.
And right now, your subject you are teaching? Computers.
Yes, I have computer literacy, computer, postgraduate computer application.
Yes. बताइए. हाँ. अच्छा दोनों का नाम एक ही है. That's why. आप भी हिंदी पढ़ते हैं ऐसा कंप्यूटर पढ़ते हैं. BA किया. कहाँ से? वही ग्वालियर. नहीं सर. BA कंप्यूटर. ग्रेजुएशन कैसे किया? BA. BTech from computer science. Electrical service. This is the third time I am committing same mistake.
My highest qualification is MTech computer. So I'm really
I already in physics class 6, 7, 8,
8, 9.
Okay, thank you so much.
I have completed my university from Chandigarh University, BA from Shanghai University. I'm making
Bio.
biology.
And very difficult. Yes, ma'am. You can speak in Telugu also because Telugu da. Somebody will be just Telugu. So, ma'am, if I want to learn Telugu, how much will you charge and how much time to Only 2 hours. So, how much time I will be able to speak and understand? In 2 hours only. Not easy. Not easy. This is what I will say. Thank you, ma'am. I will contact you. Yes, ma'am. Very much. Okay. And right, mathematics. Okay.
My name is Sandra. My qualification is BA.
You are teaching English. हिंदी आता है हिंदी हिंदी वाला हिंदी में बोला नहीं ये सब्जेक्ट तेलुगु तेलुगु फ्रेंड यस मैम
कल भी करते हैं सर्टिफिकेट
मुंबई मराठी येते का ये सब्जेक्ट तेलुगु और दिमागी स्किल भी तो है मराठी की भी हिंदी वही सरकत रहा पूरे यस मैम
I come to my university and just my class. Now I'm teaching the assistants and class.
मैथ्स बिग प्लस यस
Morning, sir. Myself, Neeraj Reddy. I completed a BSc and I'm handling nursery kids.
nursery kids very difficult job
Myself, I completed my BTech. And
BTech
yes.
from which branch
Electronics and communication.
very difficult I don't know the ideal diode and linear diode the basic difference between both
being a computer science engineering student, switching theory and logic design was next to impossible for me, and it was there in my semester.
And handling LKG students.
Okay, yes.
So myself, Revati, I have computer degree, BSc group. I'm handling myself.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Myself, my name is Vanu. I completed B.Ed Hindi.
B.Ed Hindi.
Hindi completed.
So you are teaching here, ma'am, Hindi.
Hindi. Very Hindi. Hindi and Telugu.
Hindi and Telugu.
Hindi and Telugu.
Okay, ma'am. Yes,
Good
ma'am.
morning, sir.
Very good morning.
Priyanka. I have completed PPT trail and two components.
Okay, ma'am.
Good morning, sir. Myself is Swati Reddy. I did my BSc in the Kakatiya University from Kakatiya University and the B.Ed from Usmania University.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
I'm handling first and second maths here.
Okay, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Very good morning, ma'am.
Myself, Navya Reddy.
We know each other from the 15th of August. She was surprised that what I am saying. But from the 15th of August, we are knowing each other. I think you might have seen on 15th of August. Yes.
I'm teaching many subjects here.
Thank you, ma'am. Yes.
Sir, my name is Yasmin Sheikh. I am
Assalamu alaikum.
So, my qualification is B.Tech, Electronics and Communication.
Which union? From
JNT.
JNT.
Yes. And I deal with the subjects of English in grade 1 and 2, English and Computer.
English medium. Yes, ma'am.
Myself, Sridhar, sir. I have completed my graduation in Raleigh Degree College and my PG correspondence, sir. Here I am teaching EVS and GK subjects for the primary class.
GK subject. So you are my competitor indirectly. You want to learn something for the longer period of time. So you should utilize Rosen technique or mere exposure technique. What is mere exposure technique? Mere exposure technique is something if you are seeing or watching again and again, you will develop a special kind of attachment or interest with that. Examples, there are so many songs of Kishore Kumar, Lata Mangeshkar or Udit Narayan or Kumar Sanu. You have not given any place for reciting from that song, but still you remember the complete song.
Yes.
Why? Because you have listened multiple times. You have not crammed that song. You have only listened the multiple times, and because of that it is there in your mind. So this is called mere exposure technique. The taste you want to remember forever, if you are simply reading once in a day, that's it. But that should be, you should be consistent for like 15 days or 20 days. Read once, that's it. It will be there in your mind. And I am telling you a simple story, very interesting. Based on this. One lover used to write love letter to his girlfriend, Taiwanese. He was from Taiwan. Real stories. One Taiwanese was there who used to write one love letter to his girlfriend on the regular basis. And what happened? After 1 year, she got married to the postman. This is a real story. And this is a classical example of mere exposure technique. Because in reality, she was saying to postman only. This is the reality. I am not reading. You can go ahead and search on the internet also. I have included in my book. I have included this thing in my book, and why I have given this funny example? So that you can connect and you can know the reality of this concept. Otherwise, in psychology, if you will see this concept, it is there in 4 or 5 pages, and so many foreign thinkers are there. We will not be able to inculcate the basic concept of this. So this is called mere exposure technique. It works like a magic. By competency based. Competency based means what? Huh? Competition. Okay. So many new things are. I am also learning because you all are teachers. Only man is principal. We all are teachers. So we are all 11 players of Indian team, and he is the coach. He is just looking here and there who is performing best, who is performing most, including me also.
I'm learning actually.
This sentence will be motivating us. Actually, what she is doing, anyone can understand. But ma'am is saying she is learning. So I'm feeling very, great. I'm just explaining something to ma'am and she is learning that. So competency based, whatever you were saying, ma'am, that is absolutely not acceptable in terms of NEP. Anyone can try competency based learning. Competency based, what is the meaning of this? Competency based. Ma'am, you are also a teacher? You are also? Hats off to you, ma'am. Hats off. You are doing a real difficult thing. Critical thing. So I will request you to please help ma'am also. After 10 or 15 minutes, please come somebody so that she will not get tired. Competency based learning, anyone can say. This is the second feature. What do you mean by competency based learning? Critical thinking. What is critical thinking now? Tell me.
Thinking logically, sir.
What is logical? And what is practical? People are just making history. Everything has their own significance and every word has their own meaning. Logically, practically, critically, these all are the entirely different from each other. And this is very categorically stated in NEP, if you will see the document. And I will explain the critical thinking also. You will never ever forget it for your lifetime. This is my promise. Then you will not say logically, practically, and this and that. But first of all, tell me what do you mean by competency based?
Understanding the question, whenever we do this to the children, they have to think what is the topic, they have to understand the topic, they can write their own words to the answer. Understanding is learning.
The difference between both I'm telling you. She made me fool directly. She is trying to make me fool indirectly. That is the difference. Yes. Give me the specific answer. Don't beat around the bush. I know whatever you are saying that will be applicable in overall NEP, but this is not the right answer. What I am asking. Competency based learning. If you don't know, say don't know. Be very honest. In UPSC, see what happens. UPSC consists of 3 phases, right? Everybody might be knowing. Interview level, prelims, mains, and interview. So when you are going in the interview, there are the panel of 5 or 6 people, and they are senior IS officer. They will be firing you a series of questions, like minimum 15-16 questions will be there. So there might be the chances that you may not know the answer of your questions. It's a very good form. Nobody is perfect. So if you don't know the answer of any question, say, sir, I don't know. I am very sorry. You will not be just that. But the moment when you are bluffing, or when you are beating around the bush, you have created the negative attitude about this. So if you don't know, say proudly that you don't know. This is a sign of honesty rather than moving here and there. Competency based learning means shifting from rote learning to rote learning to complete my statement. Concept guy who are very into
very intelligent in class 10. He was the topper in 10th class, topper in the 12th class. He got into the IIT Chennai, and then he did his master from abroad. He proposed his girlfriend, got married also. She was very beautiful. He got job in USA. He was having 2 children also. After 3 to 4 years, he lost his job, and then the entire family committed suicide, including that 2 kids, along with his wife. If you will go in the Stanford University, this is there in their case study, this entire incident. At the end of the case study, I will not go into the details of the case study. At the end, it is written about that fellow that his mind was programmed to handle the success only, because he had seen the success since childhood, but he was not programmed how to handle failures. You are getting my point or not?
Yes.
Academically, he was very good, but what happens socially, mentally, emotionally, psychologically, he was not developed. So one line is explaining each and everything about the holistic development approach. His mind was programmed to accept the success only, but he was not trained how to handle, and because of that, he committed suicide. I will tell you another story. Do you know Sundar Pichai? Who is it? Google says. Do you know his salary? आप बताइए. His salary for one day is only 3.5 crore. One day salary. Go and check the book. His salary for one day is 3.5 crore. One day. If you will be getting, what will you do? You might ask that I will be getting, what I will do. So it's completely imaginative times. But this is the ground reality that the salary for Sundar Pichai for one day is 3.5. So somebody asked that what kind of question they are asking you in the interview? Because they are not going to ask from academics, because academics are very nice. They might not be asking about the business growth. They might not be asking about the networking. Then Sundar Pichai answered. They are asking only one question, and that one question decides whether we are going to get selected or not. And this was like more surprising. They are asking only one question, in which that one question they are answering up to half an hour or 45 minutes, and then on the basis of that they are being recruited at this level. It's not only Sundar Pichai. If you will see the salary of Ellison, who is the CEO of Oracle, his salary is 2,800 crore per annum. 2,800 crore. So these kind of people, they are asking only one question, and that question is, we want to listen what is the question.
Yes, sir.
That question is, what is your biggest failure in your life and how did you overcome it? What is the biggest failure in your life and how did you overcome it? And now tell me, if you are not going through the failures, at least you are not going to become Sundar Pichai. Because this is the part and parcel of your life. Obstacles are the part and parcel of your life. Setbacks are the part and parcel of your life. Failures are the part and parcel of your life. So you are understanding what I am trying to convey you. If I will say holistic development, it means it should cover each and every dimension of student's personality. Principal same kind of values in the mind and heart of your students, right? What will be your modus operandi? What will be your method? What will be your process to inculcate these values? Because academically they are good, but on how will you make them perfect in these parameters?
Moral stories.
Moral stories.
Yes.
Okay, story or story? They are not real.
Explaining them to what is the happiness between sharing that food, everything, helping nature.
Okay, so this is how you know you think they will be understanding each other. If you want that your child should inculcate these all things, first of all you will have to inculcate these all things. You are getting my point or not?
Yes.
There are two kinds of socialization. How many students are familiar with sociology? I think if somebody might have studied, they will also not answer. Because if I will say I know sociology, again they are going to ask, tell me, what is this? So this is a very good technique. I also used to do this when I was, but my principal was not like that. He was jail and his hands were very rough and he used to beat. My father is teacher. It's a very painful experience. Becoming the son of a teacher is very painful. It is on a serious note actually. And he is a government teacher. Now he is retired. So in government teacher there is a system of summer vacation. 2 months. And he used to beat me during those 2 months because he wanted to do a lot of practice on me so that he can do a best performance in his class. That is why I am saying becoming the kids and son from teacher fraternity is very difficult and upheaval task. बच्चों को कूटने की पूरी प्रैक्टिस मेरे ऊपर करते थे. Now you can understand from which laboratory I have emerged myself. So this thing is clear to you. Yes, I was telling you, if you want that your students should inculcate these all things, first of all you should try to inculcate. As a human being, even you are suffering from all these kind of things, right or wrong? Tell me honestly.
Yes, sir.
And I was telling about the primary socialization and secondary socialization. What happens in primary socialization? Child learns what you are doing. What you are teaching, they are not going to learn. What you are doing in front of them, they are going to imbibe or inculcate each and everything. So if you think that your child should be good, you should represent very, 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 very good characteristics or attitude towards in front of them. Then only you can expect that now my child will be inculcating the same values or same honesty which I have been practicing, right? And what's about the secondary socialization? Which child actually learn from schools and from friends and from anybody else? So family is the first thing which gives the socialization. So you are getting my point what I am trying to point it out. Rather than making them comfortable and like giving them a lot of theoretical concept, just represent yourself that you have these all qualities. And then they will think that I want to become like this. And this will be helping in your own personality development also. Right? So, first point is clear to all of you. Boring लग रहा है? अभी तो आगे बोलोगे. When I will be going, then we will have a series of questions from Principal Ma'am. And Principal Ma'am will be defending my unit. He is a very good teacher. He is coming from Delhi. These are the various USP only, which Ma'am will use to protect me. Second point is competency-based learning. This is the second point. Please write it down. And after completing this,
I will ask principal ma'am to take your assessment. Not today, but after a week. And depending upon that, your grades will be provided. And if your energy level and performance will be okay, I will provide you certificate also. That will be of greater use. So whatever I am teaching you, please pay concentration. मुझे पता नहीं है कि मैं कब काम की बात बोल रहा हूँ. So listen carefully. Second point is competency based learning. This is the second salient features of NEP. What do you mean by competency?